Hello and welcome to the channel. I am the Nordic Turtle, and today we will be checking out The Elder Scrolls Arena, released by Bethesda a very, very long time ago. Bethesda? Bethesda. Yes, sorry. This here is the Imperial City, a place where you may or may not face off against the big bad evil guy at the end of this epic tale. But to begin this epic tale, you gotta start at the beginning. And how do you start every other Elder Scrolls game? As a prisoner. Let's check it out. Starting off right after the intro, you'll be poised with a question to generate a class or select a class. If you choose to generate, you'll go through an option of 10 or so questions with A, B, C answers. Answering those questions will put lights into the thief, the mage, or the warrior constellations up above. Or you could just choose to select a class, which is what most people do outright. Over here we have the thief, high damage, and can do critical attacks. Mages have the ability to cast magic, which is severely overpowered in the endgame, and warriors have the ability to wear plate armor, which is the only armor in the game that can be enchanted, and they can use any weapon for most of the classes. I put up a few screenshots here from the arena manual. Right here's the warrior classes. Next up we have the mage classes. Yep, all of them right there with their armors, weapons, all those shenanigans. Last but not least, we have the thief classes. Thieves are really good at dodging attacks and doing high damage, I found. They're actually pretty good characters early game. Name my guy Frarswin, male, and now we gotta choose where do we hail. Unlike newer games, there are only 8 races in this game. So, choose where you hail by clicking a spot on the map. I chose Skyrim as my spot, and it will give you a little backstory of where you're from, just to kind of get you in character. Your mind and body must be strong and hardy if thou art to succeed as a warrior. Go ye now in peace. Let thy fate be written in the Elder Scrolls. And then we're taken to the character creation screen, where you put in your points, perk points, attribute points, either way. Put them in. You got your listing here: strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, speed, endurance, persuasion, not perception, and luck. I've listed what they do on screen here, where you can see exactly what they do. Basically, I bumped a good amount of points into strength. Endurance was already rolled pretty high, and I put a couple extra in agility just so we could actually hit somebody. There's Hulk Hogan. You choose different face sprites. I just kind of cycled through till I found one I liked. I like this guy. This guy's face, honestly, pretty cool. Cycle through one more time. There's Hulk Hogan, showing his awesome face. Agility is a pretty good stat to have for any class, any melee class, because it judges if you hit your target or not.
Do not fear for it is I, Ria Silmane, Listen to me. There are no others left to carry on this fight. You have been left in this cell to die. Jagarthar, Imperial battle, Mage of Tamriel, has taken on the guise of the true Emperor. He does not see you as a threat, being only a minor part of the Imperial court. In that act of arrogance, he has made his first mistake. Look to the north wall of the cell. You will find a ruby key which will unlock the door. Take it and make your escape. The passages here were once used by Tharn to hide treasures he had stolen from the Emperor's coffin. If you wish, you can gather enough to support yourself away from the Imperial seat. Be careful. There are many creatures which inhabit the sewers now, vile rats and goblins. It is too late for me, for I am already dead. Only my powers as a sorceress keep me between this life and the next. That power, however, is waning. Do not succumb to greed, or you may find these tunnels to be your final resting place as well. I can still work my magic to a certain extent. If you travel west from this cell, then south, you will find a shift gate. It will transport you far enough from the center of the Empire that you should be safe. If you survive these sewers, you will see me again. Remember, Tharn has taken on the guise of the Emperor. No one will gainsay his word for yours. I will come to you again in your dreams, so it is imperative that you rest from time to time. In that way, I will be able to communicate with you and lend my aid. You are entering a dangerous arena, my friend, one in which the players are beings beyond your mortal comprehension. I do not envy your role. There is, however, a power within you as yet untapped. Look for me when you have gained experience in the world. You are my last and best hope.
And now we're in the first dungeon. Now in this game, combat works pretty weird. You don't just click, you have to swipe to attack. Right here you can see you swipe diagonally left or down. That will give you diagonal attacks. You can attack left and right, give you left and right attacks, and you guessed it, down and up. Hold right click and swipe up on the screen to perform an attack. I have your handy dandy manual chart here to show you exactly what these attacks do. To get out of the cell is pretty easy. Just pick up the ruby key in the corner, head to the door, and click it to unlock it with a nice little left click. There's generally always going to be a pile right outside this door with some useful loot, sometimes. This time, got some pretty good loot. Long swords, better than broadswords. This is the inventory. The spellbook for basically warriors and thieves is going to be empty because you have no magic pool, so you're unable to cast spells. I decided to go with the steel longsword because it was gray and it kind of looked cool. The game will give you little bits of text on the bottom of the screen from time to time when you enter or walk over a certain spot to give you, just to kind of tell you what's going on. Here there's a goblin. Enemies will attack you from behind very, very often. And when they do attack you, you want to protect yourself. So that's why you've got armor. Now armor in this game works very differently from any other game. You might think, if I have positive numbers on my armor, as shown here, you might think, that's pretty good. I got positive numbers. I have more armor. But you would be mistaken. Positive numbers are actually very bad because those are positive chances for the enemy to hit you. You want negative numbers, or lowest as numbers as you can get, and that will give the enemies less chance to hit you. Here we have a couple stray goblins, just slay them up. And here I gained a level of experience. If you gain experience, enough experience I should say, to level up, you will be given a couple skill points, pop them in, And if you level up in the first dungeon and rest, you'll be given a little cutscene.
I see you have strengthened your arm and your mind. It is time we began this journey. This is the Staff of Chaos, the one item that can open the door between this world and the dimension to which the Emperor has been banished. Tharn used this item to destroy my corporeal form when I tried to warn the Council. He knew that the Staff of Chaos was nigh indestructible, having been made from the essence of the land itself. But in that he found the key. As the land is split, so did he shatter the staff into 8 perfectly formed pieces. These he scattered across the realm. I have been able to divine the location of the first piece, a place called Flair. It is said that Flair was originally built by the dwarves of Kragan. Legend has it that a great worm drove the dwarves from their home in the Dragon's Peak and took the lair for itself. I only wish I knew the exact location. Perhaps there are sages or scholars who would know of this place. Somewhere in its dank depths lies the first piece of the Staff of Chaos. I wish you well. I do not think Tharn knows of your escape, but I can do little else in this form. I have tried to obscure your identity with a spell, but I do not know how well it will hide you. Take care, for Tharn may be searching. Go forth with the blessings of the true Emperor, and myself.
And so, we are given our quest to retrieve the 8, I think 8, right? Maybe, pieces of the Staff of Chaos across Tamriel that Jaeger Tharn coincidentally separated and scattered. That'll take somewhere around 10 years. So, better get started. Now I'm just going to skip ahead to when I'm actually near the end of this dungeon, because it takes about half an hour, I'd say. Maybe if you're fresh to the game, 40 minutes is a pretty long first dungeon. But as you can see, I've cleared basically the majority of the map, apart from the center over there and the bottom right of the map. But there's really not that much loot. I basically killed all the enemies. I say that enemies do respawn at random, so you can never clear a dungeon per se. Now, her instructions were to go west and south, and you will escape. So here we are at the shift gate. And we have escaped the first dungeon, and we are in our town in the region of Skyrim. The game will drop you in the region of your race's origin, so you basically know where you're going to end up. Now, there will be random holidays. They're stated when they happen in the manual. Now, it is 12:16 at night, and these streets are dangerous, so I need to find an inn, because, yeah, I'm getting beat up, like, immediately, robbed in the streets. Inside an inn, we are safe from all the evildoers outside at night. You really need to go inside at night. It's just, the streets are really mean. And here's an opportunity to show. I got a random quest when I talked to the innkeeper. You'll get these pretty often when you go talk to any innkeeper. It's basically a point A to point B situation. They just want, it's like a delivery fetch quest kind of deal. Either take a person or an item from the inn to a temple, another inn, a blacksmith store. Basically, basic run-of-the-mill stuff. And you can also counter offers to bargain down the innkeeper for a better price on the room. This comes in handy a lot later when things are thousands of gold. You can actually save a good little profit.